How's it going, everyone? CPO here, and I just want to do a quick live video. I don't do these very often, but I'm out here in Overclocked, and I'm messing around with this Uniden Bearcat. What is this? The CMX560. I did a video on it a little bit earlier, just showing you sort of an out-of-the-box thing, and I was in here kind of playing around, and I wanted to show you something that I learned that is a pretty big deal and might actually be a big deal for some of you looking at this. So I know that a lot of people are sort of waiting to see more information about this particular CB to see if it's a good choice for them. And so what I learned just now, I think was important enough to get this out quickly in case you're on the verge of buying. So I'm not sure if it's going to change your mind or not, but I wanted to share with you. So first of all, how do I reverse the camera here? All right, so I'm in the Jeep, and I do want to show you the unit. So what I did is I took my existing CB install, and I just put in some connectors, spade connectors, into my existing power and ground, and basically added the opposite connectors on both my CBs. So I have my Cobra here, and I have the CMX560 here, which, as you can see, is scanning now. So I did that so I could easily swap CBs and keep everything else the same. Swap power, and then switch the antenna. So right now I'm on the CMX. What I want to do is show you the difference in size. So way underneath here, underneath the glove box, underneath this little thing is the brain, the transceiver for the Cobra. It is super small. I would guess it's probably a third of the size of this Uniden. So I did get some feedback that people tried installing the Uniden underneath the glove box and it just doesn't fit, and I would agree 100%. I don't think there's enough room in here. There is, however, plenty of room to go back in beside the filter here, so maybe zip tie or strap up somewhere there. So I think I'm okay having it back behind the glove box area. It's just not going to go underneath. It's going to have to go over there on the side. So that's something to keep in mind. The important thing that I think is going to impact a lot of people is I mentioned the fact that there's no volume dials. It's just stepping volume and stepping squelch. So my volume levels, let me put this on monitor. Let's see here. Let me put it on channel 9. Monitor. So you've got your volume levels, 1 through 7. Here's the part that I didn't expect, and that is there are only 3 squelch settings. So I knew squelch was stepping. I didn't realize that there were only 3 choices. So as you can see here, if I hit squelch, level 1, level 2, level 3, and that's it, back to level 1. So that does not give you very much squelch control. So here's level 1. Let me up some volume here. Let me find a channel. I'm not close to anybody talking. All right, so squelch level 1, squelch level 2 squelches that out, and then of course squelch level 3 squelches it out even further. What I don't know is, I mean, those are pretty big gaps to have your entire squelch range split into thirds in comparison to the Cobra, which I don't have powered on, but has a dial that I can use to like basically go through the entire squelch range. Now there are some cool things in this that I found that the Cobra I don't think has. You have the ability to establish memory channels. So I think that there are, let's see how many of there are 8 memory banks, and then you can scan only the memory as opposed to scanning the entire range, or you can scan the entire range. So in this case, if I hold this down, it's scanning the entire range, or I can press it again, and right now it's scanning the memory range, which I only have one thing programmed in memory. But that is kind of cool because there are some times where I get annoyed by certain channels in the all channel scan. It does have a local or a distance setting. So if you've got some local interference, and in my case, my halo lights sometimes will give me some interference, what I can do, let me put this squelch level 2. So you can see on the RF signal, if I change it to local, it drops completely out. So it's not applying gain, which is not amplifying my problem interference from my halos. So that's something I'm going to experiment with, and I don't think that the other one had that much control. It does have a high cut and an NB, I forget what that is, but it's another filter, so it's got 2 different types of filters in here. Hopefully you can see that. And so those can come in handy. And the other thing I want to say before I get off this video is it does not have weather channels. So there is a model that is higher than this that has weather channels. So if you're looking at the Cobra 75, it has obviously some the weather frequencies. So if you need that capability, which I don't ever use it, you got to look at the next model up of this Uniden. But that's it. I wanted to talk to you. I want to show you it will fit back there. It'll take some work. It's going to have to go here on the side of this cabin air filter, and or you can mount it, somewhere else. And then I wanted to make sure you knew about the 3 squelch levels, and that's it. But I think the squelch levels combined with the local distance, combined with the different filters, I may be able to find a way to make it comfortable for me. But I do like the memory scan function, and yeah, it does have a lock. You can quickly bounce between 9 and 19 on the top, so that makes it kind of nice. Oh, the other thing I like, okay, here's one more thing. Sorry, I'm rambling now. Here's one more thing I like. I'm on channel 7 now, right? Key the mic, channel 7. Now I'm going to go into a scan. I'm scanning, I key the mic, I'm talking on channel 7. All right, that's important because sometimes I'm scanning, but I want to communicate on a certain frequency. I'm pretty sure, I may be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that when I'm in scan mode on the Cobra and I key the mic, it's going to key up on whatever frequency happened to be there during the scan, not my set frequency. So I'll confirm that in a later video, but I think that is different with the Uniden, which is nice because, like, if I'm out wheeling with people, and let's say we're rocking around on channel, 35, but I want to scan, maybe I want to scan some memory and scan some other, maybe I know there's some other Jeepers out there on different channels and I want to listen to what's going on around the park, but yet I decide I want to communicate on my end, it's going to key up regardless of what channel I'm scanning. So anyway, simple things, but I wanted to make sure you knew about them. That's it, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll do a more in-depth video that's not a live one like this, that's raw and uncut later. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one, I think, if I can figure out how to turn this thing off.